So, one more thing here before we continue with the changes to some of the tanks. You're already seeing one, but let's take a look at the exterior tab here, which has completely been overhauled. Doesn't even remotely resemble what it was before. Now, first thing I want to tell you, to get out of here, the X is over here in the corner, very small and almost invisible, but yeah. So, we have a window here where you can see bonus vehicle concealment and additional percentage of your crew. Yes. Massive changes to this system. You can now actually see what these camouflage things do. You can pick them, look at them. I like the way they changed this. This is a very nice interface. Now the only thing I wish they would do is to actually show the camouflages in. Well, I guess you have to select them first. Okay, they do. Never mind. Don't mind me. Just derping. There we go. They do show it. Awesome. So, let's, I guess purchase those, or can we go back? Oh, we can go back. Okay. So, we now have emblems. As you can see in the top corner here, an emblem will actually give you bonuses as well. So, what do I want to put on here? As you can see, some of these give 2% bonus. Active for 20 seconds after you have... After you have critically hit an enemy vehicle, damaging, destroying an enemy vehicle module, or knocking out a crew member counts. Okay, so we have 1% flags, which is always 1%, and then the 2% ones only count after you do a critical hit. Interesting. So you can pick between having a higher total or just a more stable overall always. Huh. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now as you can see here, this one has a little Radio Man icon. You can see the icons here. So if you have the little dude figures, then it counts for your entire crew. And if you have a little Radio Man icon here or loader, then it only goes for that particular crew member. So yeah, interesting. I would probably go for a full crew, because why would you just get bonuses for one crew member? But that's just me. So yeah, interesting new stuff here. So you can filter here. You can say I just want flags, and okay, that apparently does nothing. All the flags are just 1% as far as I can tell. So let's just put a random flag on here. Don't know where that one came from. And I guess we hit select. That will give +1. Okay, so these don't update just yet, I guess. Oh, okay, there it is. It does. Okay, cool. So let's put up another one. Let's just do the same, just because it doesn't matter. So we now get +2%. We can go back, looking at inscription. And again, they give a 1% bonus. Interesting. Dragon. Can we do tech on the other side? Like, is there a tech? That would be fantastic. Bird. Okay. The Avenger. Didn't even know those were actually in there. I've never even looked at these things, because previously they were just useless. Now I'm gonna have to spend gold on them. Well, good thing I have gold. I'm gonna have to inscribe some of my tanks now. Oh, whatever, let's just do Hunter, doesn't matter. So, you can actually get a 4% extra crew bonus out of it, but it is expensive as all hell. So, what I recommend is, if you want to do this, either spend credits and... yeah, there we go. Spend credits, but it costs a lot. 60k. Well, 60k for 30 days really isn't all that bad. But to do your entire tank with it is pretty expensive. So, yeah, I don't know. But I would say probably if you're looking at a premium tank that you're gonna keep anyways, wait till it's on sale, because that will save you a lot of money. You'll probably spend about half of the amount of gold on it if you do it on sale. So yeah, I think I have a new goal to spend my gold on. But that's pretty much the whole reason why they're doing this, but let's just purchase them. So, we got them on there. I don't care that they're non-visible. Really don't care. So, let's take a look here. What else is this? Okay, so you can just see the ones you've acquired. I don't know. Oh, we probably have to turn off the filter. You can also filter if you want for a particular crew member, or just all of them. You can see mission ones. So yeah, they've really done a lot of work here. You can see a breakdown of where you got everything from. So, oh yeah, wait, cancel, purchase. There we go. So now it's final. Let's get out of here. Oh, that's annoying. Just gonna continuously get that, even though I purchased them. Okay, whatever. So, am I not seeing the percentage here? That's bizarre. I would expect to see the additional percentage here from the inscriptions that are not on my tank. Wait, the camouflage worked, but the emblems didn't? Okay, hold on. Actually, we're testing here, guys. Now we got 4% to crew. But the emblems are not showing up. Okay, well, that's pretty bugged then. So the emblems don't seem to be showing up, and I don't think I got the 4% crew either. So it seems that some of these things are pretty bugged out. Or just not showing properly. I have no idea. The flag isn't here either, and the inscription isn't, so these are all just broken. The camouflage is working, that's the only thing. Let's take a quick look in the garage here. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, well, let's select another tank, come back. See, that worked. Okay, but I still don't see the crew quantification in here, unless I'm missing something, but let's take a look at this one. No. Let's uncheck this real quick. Let's grab a tank that I know I have 100% crew in. Yeah, 116% is normal. So that seems to be glitched out. Or it's just not showing in here. I'm not sure, but so my crew should be at 120% and 113%. Excuse me, 109%. So which will give 1 more or 2 more percent to these guys, so they're going to be at 121 or so percent. That's not even with, let's see, where do I have Brothers in Arms? I'm trying to think, which tank do I have Brothers in Arms on? My T-34. Let's go, USA, there we go. 121% already, so they would be at 127 or so percent. Oh, sweet. Loving it. Definitely gonna do that on some of my tanks. Can't wait to get 4% extra, because that will go to your commander as well, which will in turn give benefit to the rest of your crew, which will give it even more. Sweet. Nice. Okay, so yeah, let's head over to all the changed tanks. And here we are with this second part of the changes as we continue. So let's take a look at what else changed. Well, a lot has changed in the British tech tree. We have the new tier 10 Centurion Action X. What is going to happen to the current FV4202 is not yet known, and they're being quiet about the free giveaway, possible free giveaway of the old tier 10. So I'm thinking about maybe getting the FV4202 before 10.0 comes out, and just see what happens. So I might very well be getting this thing in the next couple of days, just to make sure that I can secure my spots to possibly get a free tier 8 premium British medium, which will suck, don't get me wrong. On paper it looked like a terrible tank back then, when it first came out. Look at this thing, I really like the looks of this thing. Now, supposedly the turret is pretty weak. Again, I have not been able to really test it out. I have taken it into a game, but everybody's just shooting heat. It's just disgusting to try to test anything on the test server. I seriously wish they would just take away premium rounds on the test server. Just completely get rid of them, so everybody's just shooting normal rounds, so you can actually get a bloody idea of what this tank is capable of. Not just get heated into the face and just, you know, getting penetrated every shell. But so far, it doesn't look like a bad tank. But then again, so is the FV402, 4202. It's just not great. It's not a bad tank, it's just not great. There's a difference. So it's definitely functional, you can definitely have fantastic games in it, but I don't think that this tank is going to be that much of a change over it. Let me quickly grab the stats here. 4202, yeah, I think I've been calling it the 42, I don't know. Let's quickly grab the stats and compare them here. So, the previous tier 10, start with the hit points. Do I have the hit points here somewhere? I know I have them somewhere. I'm probably overlooking them. There we go. 1950, so the hit points remain the same. The weight, well, doesn't really matter. Engine horsepower from, I don't remember what the old one had, but I'm pretty sure the old one is, I don't think it's 1,000 horsepower engine, so I'm not sure. Top speed of 53. Traverse speed of 50, top speed of 53, used to be 40, and traverse speed, well, reverse speed was 20, I don't know what it is in this one, but traverse speed of 50 is the same as it was before. Hull armor of 120 versus, was 121, so pretty much the same. 50 side armor versus 51 before, again, pretty much the same. 32 millimeters of side armor, or excuse me, rear armor on the previous one versus 31, so armor wise it's pretty much identical as the previous one. Turret armor goes from 196 to 198. Woohoo! Side armor of 196 versus 152, so we actually lose side armor. Rear armor of 35 versus 95, so we do get better rear armor now than we had before. Not actually sure if this will crap out heat armor, heat ammo, because it might actually already detonate on the outside here, I would think, in real life, I mean, or it might just not be enough mass to actually trigger it, I don't know. But yeah, it's looking good. The turret, we're gonna have to do some, we're gonna have to do some testing on that one. From what I've been reading, the turret is really not that fantastic, but we're just gonna have to see. I really don't know if this turret is all that great compared to the 7/1 turret, so we're just gonna have to see. So that is the Action Centurion Action X, or X, depending on where you're from. It's looking great. Mobility is good. In Himmelsdorf, going up the hill from the how do I describe what side? Well, anyways, from one of the sides, doesn't matter. The side that has the not the straight up, but it has the little corner to go up. Hopefully that made sense. That side, the slope going up there, actually with 30 kilometers an hour. So going up slopes is pretty damn good in this thing. I mean, I was doing a solid 30 all the way up. I think near the top I was doing 27 or something. So yeah, slopes you can eat up with this thing, which is fantastic. Now, the Knirvan had some changes as well. Let's take a look here. Let me grab the patch notes here and show you at the same time. So the Knirvan has a, let's come into research here. New stock turret, which is the Centurion Mark II turret, as its stock turret. So the stock turret is better than it was before, and the top turret is now the Centurion Action X's turret. So the one we just saw is now the top turret on this thing. I don't know if that has any effect on the gun handling. I kind of doubt it, but I'm not sure if it's a buff or a nerf really. It's hard to say. Let me grab the stats for this thing real quick. The I misspelled it. Oh, fine. Let's search for that. What did I misspell? I have no idea. Okay, let's take a look here. The previous top turret had 165 millimeters of frontal armor, so I guess it sort of is a buff. 112 on the side and 112 on the rear, so you lose a bit of rear, you gain side and you gain frontal, so that's not too bad, I guess. View range 400 remains the same, and turret reverse, let's see, trying to find it. Turret reverse was 37, is now 36, so you lose 1 degree of turret reverse. So that are the changes for the Knirvan. Moving on to the Conqueror. The stock turret on the Conqueror is the Centurion X turret, and then you go to the Conqueror turret, which is your, let's research it real quick, let's equip, or at least buy it, there we go, showing garage. This is what I mean, like every one of these actions is actually laggy right now. So this is sort of the turret we all know on this tank, but it now actually stock looks like this, which is a very weird look. It just looks off, like, I don't know, it's just not right. So very confusing turret here, but yeah, that is now the stock turret, which I guess is not a bad turret to have as a stock one to begin with. So yeah, so that was that. What else changed? The mouse increased the armor protection of some sections on the gun mantlet, so the mouse got a little bit of a buff. The Loa increased the armor protection of the gun mantlet, so Loa got buffed as well. The T23E3 increased penetration of standard rounds from 128 to 149, and the premium shells from 177 to 190 millimeters. That's quite the buff for the T23E3. As for the 8.8 centimeter Jack Panther, Pack 43 Yak Tiger, excuse me, the forward speed, I already mentioned this before, went from 28 to 38, so that's good. Shell velocity of the Yak Panther 2 as well as the 30 and the Yak Panther has increased, which I already said. Now, if you're wondering why that is a good thing, if I'm shooting at a target that's way over there, if my shell goes, let's say 500 meters per second, then if he's 500 meters away, it takes 1 second to reach the target. If he's 800 meters away, it's going to take 1.2 seconds to reach the target, right? So if he is moving in that direction, that means I'm going to have to lead him right here in order to hit him, because his forward momentum, my time between shooting and the shell actually reaching him, it's a calculation pretty much. Now, the faster my shell is, the less lead I have to give, because his speed doesn't change, but my speed to actually hit him changes. So instead of having to lead him right here, I only have to lead him right here, which means that leading a target becomes less, and thus the margin for error becomes much less as well. So the faster you fire, the easier it is to actually hit somebody, and on top of that, the better it is to shoot somebody on the move when you have, for instance, got auto-aim locked on them. Because auto-aim just aims at the center mass of the tank. The faster the round goes, auto-aim doesn't account for their speed. That's something you have to do. Auto-aim just aims at the center of their tank. So if you're using auto-aim while on the move, going over some terrain or something, the faster your shell is, the better it will be to hit. Now, we're talking about TDs here, on which you don't use auto-aim all that fast, or all that often, but it's just something to note. So yeah, that's a good thing. Same pretty much went for the E50 Oust M shell speed. It's pretty much the same gun in that thing. So it went up, and it's actually not the same gun, but the same sort of gun. It went up as well from 1478 meters per second to 1500 meters per second. So yeah. And something you might actually not know, which is a nice thing to know, is that the stock shell on the Oust M, which I'm pretty sure is APCR, has a shell trajectory or speed, whatever you want to call it, of 1478 currently. It's going to 1500. But the HE and hash ammo, or I think it's HE and hash, I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so is actually lower at 1100 meters per second currently, 1200 in the new update. So if you're switching shell types, and this goes for pretty much every single tank. Now again, I'm really sad that you can't see this kind of information in the game, but an APCR round tends to fly faster than most other rounds, because just the way it's built, and you know, it's usually a smaller sort of projectile that actually comes out, because the penetrating part of it is just a steel tube, pretty much, to just put it bluntly. So the APCR round usually goes faster than a HE round, because a HE round is usually larger in total mass and size and stuff. So it's something to keep in mind when you're shooting, that for certain shells you need to give more or less lead to your target. So keeping the same lead when switching shells is usually not a good idea, and you have to home it back in again. Okay, we're almost done here. We're almost through all this. I'm really gonna have to split this up into two episodes here, because this will not fit in one. As I said before, the armor changed on the KV-220, which is now actually called the KV-222. So a lot of twos in that one. Yeah, the armor changed. Better frontal armor. other than that, the engine power changed, but apparently with this top speed change as well, I think, or it just should be able to achieve it better, but from what I've been reading, it doesn't do that, and I don't know why. Again, needs testing. So, moving on here, almost done. T50, where are you? There you are. T54 first prototype. Got a couple of buffs. Dispersion on the 100mm gun decreased from 0.38 to 0.36. Let's just grab the gun stats here. Oh, they fixed that. Sweet. This was a bug. You couldn't right-click these things anymore. You had to like click on them and then right-click on this thing to open it up, which is really annoying me. You could right-click these again. Woohoo! Sorry, that's something that's really annoyed me. It was a bug in the last version, current version. So, gun now 0.36 accuracy, which is fantastic. I really love that buff. The reload went from 8.1 to 8 seconds, so 0.1 second reload buff. Woohoo! That's always good. And the aim time went from 2.6 to 2.4. Yes! Fantastic. I felt like that was way too long, so that is fantastic to have that buff. Yes, yes, yes. That makes this so much better. These are some very useful buffs on this tank. That is gonna make this tank so much better. Nice, nice, nice. I'm very happy with those buffs. Sweet. So that is where I'm gonna stop this video for now. There is still a lot more stuff. There's new maps, there's graphic optimizations, but these vehicle changes were really the biggest ones that I can just show you. We have some pretty big other changes coming as well. The view change, the view range change, the circle instead of the square, and all that sort of stuff will come in the next video. Whew, that was a long ass talk. I need some more coffee here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and hopefully this was helpful. Probably tomorrow will be the next video, so thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.